الحمد لله الذي نزل الفرقان على عبده ليكون للعالمين نذيرا الذي له ملك السماوات والأرض ولم يتخذ ولدا ولم يكن له شريك في الملك وخلق كل شيء فقدره تقديرا وتبارك الذي جعل في السماء بروجا وجعل فيها قمرا وسراجا منيرا والصلوات والسلام على رسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. نشهد أنه قد بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة وكشف الغمة وتركهم على محجة البيضاء ليلها كنهارها لا يزيغ عنها إلا هالك. Indeed, all praise and gratitude belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The affairs of the Muslims has become strange. The affairs of the Muslims is something that is strange today. And this is not news. This is something we should know. Because the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, Bada al-Islamu gharib wa sayaudu gharib. Islam began as something that is strange. And then Islam will become strange again. The Muslims have deviated so much that we not only destroy ourselves, but we destroy everyone around us. And whenever we destroy ourselves and we destroy one part of the ummah, it means the whole foundation will soon collapse. Because the more you break away from the walls of this masjid, for example, the more likely that this building will collapse. And this is why we say the Muslims today are in a state that Rabbul Alameen says, Wal Asr, by time. The older and older this world becomes, the more and more mankind will be losing the plot. Wal Asr, by time. Innal insana lafi khusr. Mankind will lose the plot. And the word khusr here means mankind is in a state of negligence. Mankind in the state of heedlessness. Mankind is in a state of loss. Innal insana lafi khusr. Mankind have lost the plot. Illa alladhina amanu wa amilus salihat. Except for those who work, who believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and work righteous deeds. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. And they continue upon haqq, truth. And they continue upon patience, believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and doing righteous deeds. Continuing this upon truth and perseverance. There are many affairs, wallahi, many affairs that's really lacking from the lives of the Muslims. Today we would take a look at two hadith, or maybe one hadith. Wallahi, one hadith is enough for us. If we can only implement one hadith every day, it means 365 degree of perfection you will reach. Not only one hadith every day, if you can inculcate and implement one aspect, one kalima that is mentioned in any single given hadith, it means that for 365 days, one advice you take, this ummah will never be the same. We make efforts and we have our degrees. We make efforts and we have our degrees in social engineering. We have our degrees in chemical engineering. We have our degrees in mathematics, physics, chem, bio. Where are the people who are having the degrees in the ahadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says before we go to the hadith, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اجتنبوا كثيرا من الظن. O ye who believe, O ye who believe, be aware of suspicion. Can you imagine Rabbul Alameen wants you to be aware of suspicion? Inna ba'da dhanni itham. For suspicion in some cases is a crime. Maybe you have a suspicion about your wife. Maybe she wasn't the fault. Maybe you have a suspicion about the imam. Maybe it wasn't his fault. Maybe you have a suspicion about your brother. Lack of communication. And then you have a suspicion. And maybe the fault lies with you. وَلَا تَجَسَّسُوا وَلَا يَخْتَبْ بَعْضُكُمْ بَعْضًا. Do not spy on one another. Do not eavesdrop on each other. And do not backbite. أَيُحِبُّ أَحَدُكُمْ أَنْ يَأْكُلَ لَحْمَ أَخِيهِ مَيْتًا فَكَرِهْتُمُوهُ. Would any one of you like to eat the flesh of your dead brother? Not when he's alive, of a dead man. لَحْمَ أَخِيهِ. The meat, the flesh of his brother, maitan. Not when he's alive and he can take ghusl and is clean. No, maitan means that is mu'affin, is stinking, decayed. Can you imagine stale food? How often do you eat stale food? How often do you eat stale food? Some people kill others for stale food. A man slapped his wife in her faces every other day because of stale food. Some men divorce their wives because she gave him stale food. Can you imagine Rabbul Alameen is saying, would any of you like to eat the dead flesh of your brother? Two women came to Rasulullah. The people came to Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and they said, Ya Rasulullah, these two women are feeling pains in their chest, in their bosoms, in their tummies. The Prophet, he turned away. He just turned away from the news. And the people came again. Ya Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Fulan and Fulana, so and so woman are feeling pains. Aren't you going to do something? Second time the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he turned away. A third time, they said, Ya Rasulullah, Fulana and Fulana, two women are feeling pains from this fasting. He says, go bring me Fulan and Fulana. Go bring the two of them. He gave them